Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to do a review on the Parkside modelling and engraving set. It's a rotary grinder. I've never used these in my professional career, and I saw this and I thought, what an interesting idea. Perhaps this is a way of getting into carving stone on a small scale, something that everybody could manage. You don't need a big workshop, you don't need a lot of equipment, and you don't need to handle big lumps of material. And that's why I'm going to have a look at it and see what I think of it. So, this is the Parkside modelling and engraving set. I've already had it out of the box and played with it a little bit, but let's have a look at what's in the box. Okay, first of all, there's a set of tools, and if you can get the box open, and it's got a range of tools, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. You've got the transformer, plugs into your mains, and the tool itself, which plugs into the transformer. So the tool itself is actually a 12 volt machine, so it's not going to be hugely powerful. Right, let's have a look at the machine itself. Being 12 volt, it means it's got a fairly small, compact body that's relatively easy to hold, and it's quite light. This end, there's a metal ring for hanging from a hook or a bracket. And as you come down the body of the machine, there's the on-off switch, which is combined with a speed control, and it's a slider. So when you turn it on, it's running at its slowest speed, and as you push the slider up, it moves it up to its maximum speed. Back down again, click it off. Very simple to operate, very simple to use. I imagine normally speed controls are like a wheel. I imagine they've used this type of switch to save on size and space. Good idea. As you come down the body of the machine, there's a black plastic area. It's soft black plastic, or relatively soft, to give you a nice grip. And if you're using the machine pen fashion, it gives you a nice grip, or you can go over the top. That's a nice feature. This big red button on the top, this is spindle lock. When you're undoing or doing up the chuck, that locks or unlocks the spindle, stops it spinning. The chuck itself on the end, this is where the tools go. If I take that off, there's another small feature that we might as well cover now. It's a long thread, which is this black plastic nut, which I think is just for cosmetic purposes. And the use of that is for this thing. Goes on the end and screws on and mounts on. I'm not going to mount it on there, but it's a light. So if you're working, presumably if you're working in the dark somewhere, I can't imagine if you need that in your workshop, you need a new light. So let's put that back on again. And as I say, that's the chuck nut that tightens up. When you take that off, inside is this little jobby. It's called a collet. And what happens, I'll get a tool from the toolkit. The tool passes through that, and then as you tighten up the chuck nut, it grips the tool. So I'll demonstrate that again. Let's put that on. Passes down. You have to make sure that it passes right the way down through the collet. You don't want the thing hanging out in mid-air and wobbling about. That wouldn't be safe. Make sure it's pushed all the way through the collet, and then you do it up. Now, finger tight holds it pretty well, but they actually supply you with the, they call it a multi-tool, just for tightening things up. And there you go. And that's now ready to go. It's ready to work with. Really simple. The whole thing is really simple to use. Turn it on. It's going round, whizzing round. Go. Carving up my best tabletop, and we're ready to go. Let's have a quick look at the toolkit supplied with the kit in this box. They come in this box. There's quite an assortment really. There are some little cutting wheels, big pile of those, tiny little thin things, and they're mounted on a shaft like this with a screw fitting in the end. You also use that for these, which are felt bobs, and for these little stone grinding wheels, carbide wheels in 2 different grits. There's some little steel rasp type grinders. I assume they're for things like wood and bone and what have you. There's a whole set of drills. There are a set of 4 carbide burrs in slightly different shapes. There's the magic multi-tool, the flat spanner with a screwdriver on the end of it. And best of all, most important of all, there are a set of 5 collets supplied with the kit. And the collets, there's 4 in the box and there's 1 in the machine when you get it. And the collets range in size from 1mm, which obviously fits this tiny little drill, up to 3mm. Now the largest shaft size in this kit is 2.5mm. So it's handy they supply you with the 3mm collet, because if you want to engrave or carve on some sort of stone, you're going to want to buy diamond burrs like this one. And almost all of these that I've seen are mounted on a 3mm shaft. I'm quite interested to see how this machine works engraving stone using diamond burrs. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go off and sort out in my workshop and sort out a few samples of different types of stone, and when I come back we'll have a go and see how it works. Right, I've rooted around and found a selection of stone that I'm going to try this grinder on. I've put the 3mm collet in and fitted one of my diamond burrs, so we'll see how that works. I've got a piece of York stone, I've got a bit of Welsh slate. It's a bit manky looking, but it's actually Portuguese limestone. I really wanted to try a bit of that because I've got some around my workshop that I'm quite interested in trying. This is white marble, that'll be interesting. And that's black granite, that's going to be impossible. But I might as well try, you never know your luck. So I'm just going to play, I'm not going to try and make anything, I'm not good enough to make anything. I'm going to need a lot of practice with this machine before I produce anything worthwhile. But I really want to see how it works on these stones. And I'm not going to be talking while I'm doing this because I'm going to be wearing my dust mask. Take note, you should always wear a dust mask. Let's try the limestone first. Well, that was interesting. It managed to carve all of these stones. It very easily carved the York stone, which is a nice soft stone. and I will be looking for soft stones to, at least for the first few projects, to get my hand in, as it were. Right up to the granite, which astounded me. I couldn't believe how deeply it's cut that, and easily. I don't know if that's a testament to the Parkside tool or the diamond burr, which is a really lovely little burr, and I'm very pleased with that. Which brings us on to the Parkside tool. Is it a good tool or not? Well, yeah, I think it is a good tool. It's nice to hold, it's nice to handle, it's nice to work with. The slider control is nice to use. Would I buy another one? Well, that depends on how long this one lasts. If you look on the internet, there is an issue with this type of tool. Not the Parkside one, I can't find any bad words about that yet. But generally speaking, these rotary grinders have an issue with the motors burning out and the bearings going. But only time will tell whether this particular grinder suffers the same fate. I hope not. As I say, Parkside have a good reputation. I think it's a good buy, I think it's a good tool, and if you see it in Lidl's and you want to take up any sort of carving or grinding or with this type of tool, then I think it's a good buy, and it's probably good value for money. If you can't buy it in Lidl's, then look on Amazon. As I say, there are a lot available at the moment. I'll let you know in the information box below how this one performs over the next few months, and certainly if it fails, I'll let you know. And I'll also be making a video about its replacement, because I'm quite keen to be carrying on with this crafting side of things. So if you're interested in that and you want to hear more about stone crafting and what have you, please subscribe. If you like this video and it's been of some use to you, give me a thumbs up. One of those is always nice. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope I haven't made this video too long. I'll try and make them shorter in future. Thank you for watching.